Hi everyone, this is Kay and the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. It's lovely to have you. And so we're going to do a collective reading again using the Ciro Marchetti decks and the tarot here, the Hellfire Tarot, whatever it's called, for clarification. Let's hit the ground running. Let's see here. Excuse me. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, thank you for enveloping me in your angelic wings of divine guidance and love and protection. Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly? Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today for Friday, January the 19th, 2024? Thank you. Past, present day, and near future. What do we have for the past energy? A new beginning or a child? Simply, a new beginning or a child. Present is hard work, toil and labor. Hard work that needs to be done, it's necessary labor, but it's not enjoyable. It's putting an effort into something, and then grief and sorrow. Oh, okay. Wow. Let's see. Archangel Michael, please clarify the past energy of child or brand new beginning. Fantasizing, because one's feeling that's all they can do is fantasize, because there's no ability to move forward. There's something that you have received or have given to somebody that is exactly what they needed. Collective. And it's not always positive, right? It could be something you say or something that's said to you that kind of wakes you up. It won't necessarily make you feel really good at the time, but given time usually heals all wounds. So eventually in your life, you'll look back on that, if not sooner, hopefully, and say, yeah, that's what I needed. I needed a swift kick in the butt. I needed a swift kick in the butt. It hurt at the time, but if I'm ever going to be able to experience my desires, experience the good things in life that I wish to experience, that I fantasize a lot about, or I fantasize about every now and again, if only it was this way, if only I had that. But you have lately been feeling like you've been stuck, in your own prison, and this could be your mental prison too, like the Eight of Swords in the tarot, where you have got yourself up in your head so much that it's making it really exhausting and difficult for you to take a step forward, even just the smallest of steps. You've been feeling like you're held down, that you're not able to do this. That life has not been opening up any opportunities for you to make new movements. In comes the gift. To get yourself out of a situation, circumstances, a relationship, in comes the gift. Toil and labor, please. For example, whatever relationship you were in the past, you might still be in it. But whatever you were in the past, it was like, I wish she or he would be a little bit more, understanding, a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more, work a little bit harder on our relationship. Take a little bit more responsible, stuff like that, right? Fantasizing how you feel things would be better in your life, in your romantic relationships, in your family relationships, if you have kids. You feel that if she could be just a little bit more this, or he could be just a little bit more this, things would be so much different or so much better, right? So that could be what it is. So then bang, in comes a gift. Now the gift could give you the idea of, oh my God, so I understand now why she's been detached, distant, he's been detached or distant. It's because I found out that he or she has been unfaithful to me. And just the knowledge of that is a gift. It doesn't feel like it at the time. No sir, no ma'am, but in time you'll see it was a gift. It was that kick in the butt you needed to motivate you to make those changes that you've only been fantasizing about. Now, if that means staying in your marriage and you stepping up to the plate to play ball with a different approach in your relationship so that she or he responds differently to you, then that could be that kick in the butt that you needed, so that maybe you were expecting the other one to change, and if they'd only do this, they'd only do that, change always comes from within. So you may have received some kind of jolt that wakes you up to the fact that you're holding yourself back from having the experiences you want because you have certain beliefs and attitudes that need to be tweaked and or changed completely, let go of. It's a tango dance, right? Takes two to tango. Okay, toil and labor. Wish. This toil and labor, I see this as like the Eight of Pentacles, where you are like nose to the grindstone. You are working really hard to produce what it is that needs to be manifested, whether it's for the population at large, through your company work, the work you do, or inward work, because that bucket goes way, 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 way down to find the water. And now the water is what's in your subconscious mind. It's the emotional beliefs that we have, because it's mental and emotional that's in our subconscious mind that we're operating from. So if there are certain beliefs and mental and simultaneous emotions that represent that belief in your subconscious mind, you'll need to drop the bucket to go down there and pull some up so that you can bring it into the light to see it for what it was. Is it your truth or is it a lie? The light will shed on that, whether or not what you have for an attitude, opinion, a belief, negative thought patterns, and bring those up, since these are things that have been down there since you've been a child. Yes, they're still there. That wounded child is down there. You need to bring up a little bit and look at it in the light of the day, because if you were to go in the bucket and drop yourself down in it, you're just among it, and you can't even really see it. You wouldn't even be able to see your hand in front of your face. So you need to bring it up into the light, which is into your conscious mind. Bring it up into your become aware of these things, the beliefs, the negative thought patterns, the way you usually think about stuff. And the way you usually think about stuff forms our lives. It forms our lives and informs our future as well. Yeah, okay, so there's the clouds are down. This is saying you do this, do some work. Put great effort into it right now, because this is present time. Put some focus, awareness, and great effort on what's going on inside of you deep down that's causing you to have the circumstances and situations in your life that you really would not want, you really don't wish you hadn't had. You'd like to prevent them, or at least fix them. You do that, and those clouds start to melt away, like dissipate, because the sun is coming out more and more. You're revealing the truth. The truth is, guys, is that you are very strong, capable, skillful, worthy, loving person, because you have that soul in you that feeds that. Okay, it informs, your soul informs your human personality and characteristics and traits if you allow your soul to do it. So near future, let's talk about near future. The cross, please, Archangel Michael. Do I see some cards flipped? Oh yes, cards are flipped. Okay. Archangel Michael, what's the near future with the cross card, please? That's sorrow, grief, you know, sadness, depression. That's something you want to really be looking forward to in the near future, right, guys? Family room and the tulips. This clarifies that. So this is an expression of how you care for and love someone. All right. Family room is a space where all things can be discussed amongst you and know that it's not going to leak out. It's kept safe and private. It could be a family room in your house, like a particular room in your house where your family comes together and you talk about the day's events and how you feel about this teacher and that person and whatever. And know that it's not going to leave the doors of that room or the house. Or it could be a motel room where you're staying, you know, you're meeting with clients or other people, whatever, or lover. It could be an apartment where you live, okay? But the cross, it is clarifying the cross. And we just had this the other day. Cross. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I'm the bringer of grief, sadness, burdens. So this heavy burdens. Ordeals, pain, suffering, and guilt. Burdens and guilt, possibly. Of course, sorrow. Maybe tears and lamentations. Lamentations. I got itchy eye. And asking for prayers. Happy cards come to the right. It's not so much of a fright. So this, you know, family room is a happy room. It's like, well, you know, it's happy, but it's more neutral happy, but definitely not negative. Okay? And the flowers card is definitely positive. So secrets about, because this is not expressing it only with flowers, not through your words, only through the action of offering a bouquet of flowers, tulips in particular, for back in the 1800s. Well, collective, I have to say that I think that you feel it's a heavy burden, that you have these secrets, or that someone has these secrets about you, that they have these feelings for you. And the family room, yeah, it's like, it's like you with trying to talk to your family about the way you feel about somebody is like, either you've already done it, like either you will, okay, this is the near future. So it's kind of like you've got to do it. And you're feeling highly burdened about it because you don't think they're going to take it very well. You don't think that they're going to be accepting and supportive. That is how I see that. So let's start clarifying then. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, can you please clarify number 13, the child card, in the past? Remember, this is a divination tool, collective. So it means that the messages that are coming to you through the best of my ability as a clear enough channel to be able to provide you what the divine is actually telling you. Okay? Telling me to tell you. Of course, my filter is what I know and what I understand, what I intuit. It's like the divine knows, for everybody, it's kind of like the Akashic records, right? The divine has one of those 4-drawer filing cabinets on us. Each one of us has a 4-drawer filing cabinet. You know those metal ones where it's usually at a business, they'll have it. They have files in there of all their vendors and maybe payroll. All the people, their payroll files might be in it. That's where they store important information. Well, that 4-drawer for each one of us filing cabinet has all of the accumulation of all of our life events in this lifetime, and how we've come to understand things from our experiences, how we've been able to interpret them and perceive them in its context, right? In its context. And so, for example, if something like the butterfly, right? If you know about butterflies, you see them as being very beautiful, and you understand that they only come about as a result of the successful growth and journey of a land crawling insect, the caterpillar, right? Bug, insect, I'm not sure what you call it. But so to me, that would mean the butterfly represents a metamorphosis and freedom, right? And a higher perspective, because you're no longer on the ground, only being able to see at ground level and as up as far as you can see. You're now flying and you're seeing everything. That understanding will be something that the divine will pull from my filing cabinet whenever they need to be able to get the message across that let's say this is all about metamorphosing. Let's just say that, okay? This is all about metamorphosing. This is about gaining a higher perspective. Of course, let's think about the hangman, right? The hangman is hung up above the ground and seeing it from upside down now. So a totally different perspective because they're hung. So, and it's an awakening at that time. So it's a metamorphosis from being a land walking human being on your feet to being hung up by your feet and looking at your world from this perspective upside down than you do when you're walking. So again, it's like a metamorphosis because you're being awakened. You're being allowed to see things differently, getting a different perspective. So that is what divine is trying to do in here. So whatever I bring about with respect to how I interpret or understand a particular card or message, it's because of my own life's lessons, yes, but my own life experiences and how I put things compartmentalized. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't know why I have a hard time saying some words, but anyways, I put them into compartments, right? Compartmentalize. Yeah. So I compartment them, but there's a better word for that. I just don't know how to say it. So yeah, I have put them into categories, compartments, whatever, little boxes, and that helps me make sense of my world. It's what makes meaning. So whatever I get from the message from the divine to share with you, that means something to me, and then I'm able to parlay it, give it to you. Now, if what I understand and make meaning of isn't what the divine is trying to get across to the collective in this particular reading, they won't use that message. They won't use that message because that would be ill-informing you. I hope that makes sense. So if I'm telling you if these cards are out here, it's because they relate to something that means something to me, that I understand, I interpret, I perceive from my own life experiences, okay? So the divine is speaking through me in certain messages because they know that I'm not the only one on this planet that has those same making meaning experiences of life events. So that is why you're getting the message. And that's why it's good to go to other tarot card readers, because they will give you a different spin on, let's say, these same three cards. If they were to use these cards, same three cards, they give you a little bit different spin because they have a different perspective from their life events and what they've learned and understood from and making meaning of things. So I hope that makes sense to you. So in this sense, then, this here means that you've been in a mental prison, your own. Okay, it has to do with the way you're thinking about how you can't do this and can't do that, but you'd like to do it, right? You have these fantasies, you have wishes, you have desires, you'd like to have better life experiences than you currently have, let's say. So the divine is coming in, or has instigated through another person or through some kind of information that you received, becomes a gift, that kick in the butt, right? So the 13 card is the judgment here. This is judgment right there. That's about receiving, at least enough information to say, I need to decide differently. I need to decide on something. Okay. The moon. There's secrets there. Emotions suppressed. And then the world, the end of all of that. End of a chapter, beginning of a new chapter. Secrets being revealed. Things that you haven't even been allowing yourself to tell yourself. Yeah, we hide things from ourselves too. But here it's saying you're making a judgment call that you need to wake up to what it is that you've been suppressing or hiding from yourself and possibly from others, so that you could put an end to this, right? And that would be the gift that you would be giving yourself, which would be divinely inspired. You have had enough woe in your life up to this point, especially in the most recent past. Enough woe that the divine says you need a helping hand, maybe two helping hands, right? Okay. So imprisonment. We have the four of cups, right? 4 of cups. So these are all arcana, major arcana cards. Wow, that's pretty major stuff, guys. That's really quite major. That's major. So we have the 4 of cups. There's some feeling, disappointed, rejected, and like stuck in your own messes, or your muck and mire, right? Your subconscious, like the lies we tell ourselves. They're not true. You might think they are, but they're not. 3 of hearts, of cups. Okay. And the star. There's another major arcana. So some enlightenment to the point where things are balancing out. Look at how this is coming close to that card there, like in location, right? It's the next card into this card. Or it's the last card of this one, but the next, and it's a transition into that one. Gift, please. 5 of Bibles is the 5 of Wands. That's conflict and chaos, competition. Okay. The Queen of Swords, Hellfire. No, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Four of Wands. Yeah. Wow. You know what this tells me, guys? This tells me that this has been your mindset for a long time. Like that's Yeah, of course it's men. I mean, it's not like you had this mindset and then you quit it. And then, so for some time you were of a different mind, and then you started back up with that same mindset again, and it's been going on for a long time. No, what I'm really trying to say is that you were given someone that would help kickstart you, kick you in the ass. I'm sorry to say it like that, but to kick you in the ass. And what it is, what I see now, remember my story about my 4-drawer filing cabinet and Archangel Michael having access to it, right? In order to be able to pass along a meaning of his messages in these cards to you. So a lot of times, if you've been catching up, watching my collective readings in particular, and sometimes my other ones, you know, the zodiacs and the alphabet ones, but most often the collective one, and it's about how the karmic, you know, you've, let's just say there was another person in your life, and it could be this one that you really feel burdened about moving towards. Okay, maybe you chose a Queen of Pentacles that came into your life, or you were with in a long-term commitment, because Queen of Pentacles is that type of gal, right? Would be committed to someone. So you chose your marriage or your long-term commitment with this partner here over the other one that you're afraid to move towards. That's what it looks like. And express your care and love, because you might be feeling like she might want to shove that cross somewhere else, you know, I don't know, or the flowers. But yeah, there's been a whole lot of competition and drama and chaos, arguments with this Queen of Pentacles here. But this one here that you chose to stay with or be with over that one is a karmic soulmate. It's karmic soulmate. And if you remember what I say in the collective, the karmic, it's karma. It's somebody that brings karma into your experience so that you can look at it and say, I don't like what I've been doing, how I've been. If you're wising up, if you're growing, you'll see that the person that's bringing these behaviors in front of you, like right up to your nose, because you live with them, you're married and committed to them in some way, they're behaving in a way that you see yourself in that. You can see yourself in that, and that's what her job is, or his job. In this case, it's a her, okay? It's unless you've got a masculine sitting in their feminine energy of the Queen of Pentacles. But to make it easy, this is a her. So that's what her job is. She doesn't know this. Nobody knows this, really. At a conscious level, no. But at a subconscious level, it's there. It's there because we need to bring into the light all that we think and believe about how we should operate in our relationships and in our work, in our just in our home, with our kids, with our romantic relationship, in our friends, with our friends. All of that you believe to be true needs to be brought up into the light, so that you can really, like, it's right there in front of your face now, and say, oh, yeah, I so want to believe that, but you know, I'm growing wiser now, and I'm realizing with this standing there in my face like that, there's got to be a good reason for it. And the reason is for you to say, yeah. So this is what's happening. This is why I'm having these experiences. This is why I'm attracting these kind of people into my life, and so forth and so on, okay? So she's the karmic soulmate that you chose because you even at the subconscious level, not at a conscious level, knew that you would learn so much more about yourself that needed to be changed and healed than you would have learned from somebody who's like the Queen of Cups or whatever. This one at the subconscious, remember this is at the subconscious level, you're not even aware of them. Yes, every day we make decisions by default, and by default means coming from the subconscious. You know, we already have a plan, like a blueprint in us at the subconscious level that says, when I think this, that will happen. And so when I think that, this will happen instead. You know, it's kind of like a blueprint where, or a path where if this happens, then that will happen, and therefore this is the result. The if, then, therefore kind of thing. And if I believe that people shouldn't blah, 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 then, and if they do blah, 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 therefore I am going to react badly. Okay? So it's like that. If you have this belief that people shouldn't chew with their mouth open, for example, then you're going to be disgusted. Like, it's like, then you're going to tell them something and ask them, like, don't chew with your mouth open. You know, say, don't chew with your mouth open. And if they don't listen to me, then I respond badly. You know, those beliefs. Now, you can bring that belief up to, because that's one of those things that's down there. If, you know, you've had that kind of belief, or that, like, disgust with people who chew with their mouth open. If that's something that's in you, and you said people need to behave better about have better etiquette at table manners and table etiquette, bring that up to the light and look at it and say, this brings me a lot of, for example, this brings me a lot of, you know, angst. You know, I get anxious about it. And I feel terrible. I don't like it, and then I end up mouthing off somebody, right? Making them feel bad. But that may not be so much of a concern for you. It's just that the way you feel. You just, like, ate dinner with somebody who went the whole time, and if you can't say anything, then you're miserable. But as soon as you're able to say something, like, can you shut your mouth when you chew, please? And they do or they don't, and then you respond again after that. Either if they do, then you respond in the way that, okay, everything's great, let's keep eating, you know, we're having a nice dinner. If they don't, then you don't know if you should say it again, because it depends on who you're with, right? Who's doing that. And so it makes your dinner experience not very good feeling, right? Makes you feel anxious and angry. So you looked at that in the light and you say, you know, that whenever that happens, and let's face it, a lot of people do that, right? A lot of people eat with their mouths open, or chew with their mouths open. A lot of people do that. And so that means every time you have dinner, especially if you're often around somebody who does that, it's going to make you feel angry, right? You're going to feel angry every single time you have dinner. And it's like, do I really want to put that on me every single time I eat with this particular person or people who do that? Do I really want that, or do I want to feel peaceful and happy and content? What's more important to you, right? So you look at that, because this is the bucket with that belief in it that you brought into the light. You look at that and you say, you know what, that's something I likely could let go of. A pet peeve, right? It's something I could let go of. I could at least tweak it a bit, you know, where if someone tries to, you're at dinner with somebody and they happen to sit on your right, you could put an earbud, like, you know, in your ear, your right ear, so that it doesn't sound as like to you. That's something you do. And they'll say, well, what do you got to ear? You know, it's because I'm very sensitive to the way people eat. And that's all you have to say. So it brings it to their awareness, whether or not they do anything about it, you know, that's out of your hands. But you could do that, or you could simply choose to move to another table to eat your dinner. And hopefully your wife or your kids or somebody else will come there with you. So if there's things you can do, but the best thing to do is to allow yourself to heal that pet peeve and say, you know what, it's okay. Because the reason why I'm telling you it's the best reason to do that is because as you heal your resistance to others who do that in your life, the less often and or permanently eliminating another dinner or mealtime with a person who would eat like that. because you don't need to learn that lesson anymore. It's over. You healed it. You let it go completely. And that's what this life is about, is whatever you attract. So your resistance to something, you're going to get more of. More people, more opportunities to be sitting around dinner with people who are doing that, making you feel angry and anxious. And if you heal it, then you don't have that resistance going out to the universe that then, replies to whatever it is your heart, wherever your heart status is at. So if you're free of that particular resistance, you don't have to there'll be less and less people coming. It may be just like that, but it might be just over time, because you're going to have to practice the truth about that you really are. I am healing. I'm trying to heal this. So therefore, I'm just going to be okay with this, because how much longer do we have at the dinner table with our food anyways? We all eat within 5 to 10 minutes and it'll be gone. And then that problem is solved because there's no more food. So you heal that. Next thing you know, you got less and less people showing up at your dinner table doing that. Trust me, it works. I know it. I know it works. And it's not easy. It isn't. Trust me, it's not easy to give up on something that we hang on to as a valid truth. No one should eat with their mouth. No one should be talking with their mouth full or eating with their mouth open. No one should do that. And yes, that could be very true. Could be very true. However, there are a lot of people who do that. So what do you do about it, right? It's my angst about, the way pets are treated by people, And even in this very moment, I can at least I know that there are a lot of cats and dogs that are being badly treated right now. I can know that. And same with children, right? In this very moment, it's happening. What can I do about it? Nothing. What can I do about the way I feel about it? Absolutely everything. So no, I'm not like, oh, it's okay. It's okay if they get treated badly. As long as I don't see it, it's okay. No, it's not about that. It's about saying like, you put the intention out there by saying, I would like it very much. I pray that every child and every pet and animal is treated in the best respectful way that encourages their growth and health. That's what I can do. That is what I do. And if you pray, right? If you're the type of person who prays, that it makes you feel better, because that's the part that you can do something about it, because it's all over the world, and we can't be all over the world trying to save animals and children and stuff like that. We can only do it to a certain extent, and some of us can't do it at all. So all you got left is to pray and hope for the best possible outcome for each and every single pet on the planet and child. Okay? That is basically all you can do. So you need to, it's about digging deep, taking the effort, like the Eight of Pentacles, making an effort to dive deep so that you can come out of the clouds, the darkness that's down here, that's the well, right? Down here. Bring it all up into light and fly free, because now you see what it is that's been holding you back, acting like a mountain on your path forward in life to the best possible outcomes. All that you're thinking and holding on to and believing is true for you is not necessarily true for you. It could be a lie that you didn't know any different. But if you dig deep and look, you will find out. And you'll realize how you've been by default operating in your love life and every other relationship from certain belief patterns that you've developed ever since childhood. And they're still there. They are still there. They're to be looked at now. Toil and labor, Archangel Michael. We have the Seven of Coins. Yeah, that's looking back at the past and assessing all that we've sown and reaped as a result is not what we wished it to have been. And then you have to ask why, right? Here's the Fool. That's taking a leap and bound to the Queen of the Viking horns, which is the Queen of Swords. Yeah, Queen of Swords. You want to take a risk and a leap of faith towards a Queen of Swords. And who's the Queen of Swords? Well, I would say this is the Queen of Swords because you're afraid to go towards her. I mean, you're afraid to go towards her. So let's talk about the wishing well, number 41 in the present day. The Chariot. Yeah, this is what you want to do. This is your wish, is to quickly move forward. Seven of Wands. But, excuse me, there's some boundaries needed to be in place and some peace. Angel offered and given, and the spirit of peace, right? The spirit of peace, calm and serenity. Yeah, some healthy boundaries, and these healthy boundaries can simply be your own healthy boundaries for yourself. Something like that says, okay, next time this happens, I usually act like this. I usually retaliate in this way. Well, since I'm on a path of discovering what it is that's holding me back, and it has to do with my thoughts and my emotions, then in the subconscious mind, then I need to put a boundary against myself that says, I usually retaliate when I think about this, or when I see someone do this. Well, since I'm on the path of trying to free myself, come into the light and feel a lot freer, and therefore having a greater life experience as a result in all of the departments of life. You know, even if it starts with your own self-love for yourself, self-respect, and self-worth, then a romantic relationship, right? The best kind of romantic relationship you could ever have and hope to have in your life is because you're cleaning yourself up of those burdensome beliefs, okay, that you've been carrying around with you on your back like 10 of Wands, right? Carrying around on you like you need to take them everywhere you go, because it's like having so many things, so many possessions, that when you move, you got 150 boxes because you got things that you never really look at, but they're there because you won't let them go and you keep them. I'm guilty of that too. So it's like those things we keep carrying with us from one place to another, one house to another, and boy, isn't it a lot of work? Isn't it a lot of work having an extra 75 boxes to take with us every single time we move? And then we have to, we should insure it, right? Because if it's something you think is worth holding on to, you don't want to lose in fire. Well, you're going to lose it in the fire, but it could be, you know, it might have a monetary value where you can replace it if it's replaceable. So it is a heavy burden to carry all of this wherever you go, and you have been. So you're going to have a healthy boundary up against yourself that says, look, I'm trying to free myself of these heavy burdens, so therefore that's one of those things that I'm going to have to remind myself that I will not put up with. I will not accept. I will not allow myself to continue to behave, react the way I usually would have before. That's a boundary for yourself. Now, there's other boundaries that you put up towards others as well when they want to control you in some way. You know, they tell you about their own opinions and beliefs, what they think you should be doing and shouldn't be doing. Well, you can have healthy boundaries up around them, or around yourself, in terms of how they want to cross that line, and you're not going to allow it, because that's the healthy boundary that's there. No, I'm not listening to you. I got my life to live. You go ahead and live yours, and my boundary is up, so, you know, don't even try it. Clouds. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Holy moly. King of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, so there you and her are. You were a perfect counterpart at the time, but right now, what do you think you're doing? You're growing. You're maturing. You're becoming grounded, because you're going down under the ground into your subconscious to find out what it is that's been confusing you. 7 of Cups, confusion. You've been like in hellfire, being confused by all these cups, all these voices that are saying you should and I should. You know, you're saying these things to yourself. Other people are saying things like, why don't you try this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, the Queen of Cups right there. That's the lady there, the Queen of Cups. So yeah, you have Seven of Pentacles, been reassessing your situation. This here, looking back at yourself, like you are actually in the throes of releasing some fears. Releasing the fears that have been holding you back, that you've been putting your all into those beliefs your whole entire lifetime. But something's happened in your marriage with the Four of Wands. Something has happened with the competition that perhaps your Queen of Pentacles here was maybe stepping out on you. I didn't even clarify these, did I? The Four of Cups, yeah. You feeling rejected. Four of Cups. Very disappointed. Down in the dumps. But Three of Skulls, Three of Cups. Three of Cups is that there's somebody on your mind you'd like to reunite with. However, you could have been put in a third party. And the Star. The Star is healing. It's a rebirth. I can't help but think this looks like a vagina. But it's like you're rebirthing yourself. You're coming out of your own self-imposed prison because of what's been going on in your life. And you're like, okay, this is so painful. What can I do about it? If there's nothing much you can do about it except leave the scene, right? And divorce her or whatever. Will I end up meeting someone else that I'm going to go through all of that again with? Now, if it's a karmic soulmate, which this one is, if you leave this karmic behind and don't learn your life's lessons from it, you don't end the chapter on all the things we've been keeping hidden from ourselves, deciding to make that judgment call to wise up, to become like a child again, in happy, innocent, fantasizing, and just like so full of hope and optimism and knowing as a child is. This mindset here has been keeping you from being like that, and you just haven't been happy. You haven't been happy. You haven't been feeling emotionally fulfilled. Things have been a little bleak, and number one, you just haven't been happy, and you thought this relationship with this one would bring all that to you. And you're finally realizing it is you that has to make you happy. Because if you don't, you'll meet another karmic. You'll meet another one. Because you haven't learned that it's within you to be happy. That's what this is about. She came into your life to show you the ways that she's been behaving is how you were, right? And so if you see that, you get this nugget of knowledge, this wisdom that came to you to kick you in the butt about this. If you see it, then you can say, well, that's why this is happening to me. She's, stepping out on me, having an affair, treating me with detachment, being cold and really quite difficult and uncaring and compassionate towards me now. It's because I've been behaving like that. I've been like that. I've done that to someone else, to at least one other person, if not more. It's showing you the error of your ways, right? She's not, doesn't realize it. But that's why you were in that energy. And I talk about this all the time. You were in the energy to attract this, because even at in the depth of your knowing, that you've known subconsciously, again, it's not conscious, that you want to be a different person, because you've been, however old you are right now, you've been living the life of all those childhood wounds from the past that you've been bringing with you into every single relationship, because you haven't looked at them and you haven't healed them. You haven't let them go. So now you have this opportunity to do that, because this one's kicking your ass. She's kicking your ass with her behaviors. She's the gift to you. Is exactly what you needed in order for you to heal old wounds and become a different man. Approach life differently, because you're seeing things differently now. And that's the hard work you're doing right now on yourself, is to be able to bring yourself out of the darkness into the light. Going deep, because you have some wishes. You have wishes that you want to have fulfilled. You've seen that you've been settling because that's all you knew. That's all you knew how to do back then, because of those childhood wounds, those old memories and your coping mechanisms and defense mechanisms that you brought into your adult life, because you didn't know they were there and that they're affecting your adult life. But they are. You have been behaving impulsively for the most part, but so you know you need to slow down and take some time to introspect, to go deep and introspect, so that you can move towards the one that you know is going to keep you in line. You know, she's the Queen of Swords. She's going to keep you in line. She's going to keep you honest. All right, if you want to be with her, you have to be honest and transparent. You want this, see, this is moving quickly again. You need to be able to put some boundaries up on yourself. You're saying, I want this, and I want it fast. I know what I want, so I need to do it, and I need to be there. I need to be with her, all this sort of stuff. But there's something in your subconscious mind that's telling you, slow down, right? That's why you're feeling this way, because you're resistant to it. When you stop resisting the idea that you need to be slower than the Chariot energy, when you start resisting that, then you know, this will automatically, like as if by miracle, dissolve. This fear here, this like burdens that you have, will just automatically dissolve, because that's not your true foundation, right? Fear is not your true foundation. Moving things quickly and being impulsive is not your true foundation. Your true foundation is to be transparent and honest, yes, loving, caring, compassionate, and kind, but also true to yourself, in the sense that you need to check in with yourself every so often, and more often than not, to make sure that if you get a nudge to do something, that it is exactly what you should be doing, that will lead you to the best results. The best results. That's putting your boundaries up on yourself. You're not going to allow yourself to just spring forward. You're going to be more like the King of Pentacles. You're going to take things more methodically and slower, and with peace and calm over your mind and over your heart. You do that, and you pay off your karma here, because you changed your mind about being impulsive. And you've grown to become very, very natural, very, very relaxed in your own skin, King of Pentacles. You know, you're very intelligent. You're hardworking. You got all the greatest. You know, you're really good, okay? You're really good. On top of that, you've opened your mind up, right? Opened your mind up from this to that. You are opening up your mind. You're developing, you're evolving into a King of Pentacles. And then the wheel turns in your favor. Then you know you're on a destined path. You will no longer be sitting in confusion. You will actually be able to be clear-minded and know exactly what it is that you need to do in order for you to move successfully forward in your life towards your goals. And if being with somebody over here is part of those goals, then they will be you move like the tortoise as the King of Pentacles. You're the King of Knight of Pentacles as a King of Pentacles. Move like a Knight of Pentacles as a King of Pentacles towards your love interest. This will, in your near future, you do that now, this will not be your near future. Instead, it'll be like, this is your near future, with like some really nice cards underneath it, okay? This will be your near future if you allow yourself to let go of things that have been holding you back from knowing the truth about yourself. Okay, Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, let's talk about the cross card, please. We have the Ace of Wands. Yay. Ace of Wands. Why do I keep moving my cards? Okay, Ace of Wands. Look at that. Cross. King of Swords. Wow. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. There's the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Yay. Let's talk about the family room now. You're going to be able to move passionately forward in truth, honesty, integrity as the King of Swords. Putting great effort into making sure your people know that your people know you're serious, that you're not going to settle. Eight of Viking Horns, which is the Eight of Swords. See, there you are, all wrapped up in your head. That is the family room business. That's the energy of the family room. That's you being up in your head, being afraid to go against what your family's wishes are and what they will try to convince you of. But you got these healthy boundaries that you're constructing now. You see, you do it now, right now, and this whole issue just goes away. It does not become. Wow, the sun. There's some illumination and death. Wow. Okay. Ha. You're going to receive enlightenment. You might, like, it's what this could be saying is things are going to go differently than you are afraid, like assuming they're going to go. That they're going to go differently, that you can put an end to your troublesome thinking. The Eight of Swords, right? So let's talk about the flowers then. The tulips. Two of Swords. You can see now my cards are out of sight. Okay, I need to bring all these over. Yeah, that goes up there, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay, so this is for the family room over here, and then this is for the flowers right here. You see that? Flowers. Okay, family room and flowers. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to see them anyway, so we'll have to put them like this. The High Priestess. Ten of Swords. Yeah, okay. Ten of Swords with the Empress on the back and the Ace of Cups. Knight of Cups and the Six of Swords, moving slowly forward from chaos to peace. Knight of Swords, telling the truth, coming and telling the truth. Page of Wands with excitement, great news. Five of Swords, yeah. So you know those are all the next cards on the back of the deck. So I'm bringing out the Empress and the Ace of Cups, just because that's what this represents right here, these flowers. That's who you want to give it to. And boy, oh boy, I need to move this over. Okay, I need to move it over so that you can see it. All right, guys. So these three cards are. So yeah, these three cards are for. This is for the family room. These ones right here. Eight of Swords. Yep. That's the secret, you know, that you have to discuss it with your family. And these are the two Viking Horns, yeah. And then the High Priestess and the Ten of Swords with the Empress and the Ace of Cups. And these are here. I already talked about this one, where this is the Ace of Wands, okay? This is passionate new beginning, a passionate new pursuit, but you're afraid of it, okay? You're afraid of it. But you're going to step into your King of Swords energy. You are. That's all about saying it exactly how you feel it or know it, and There's no mincing words. There's no emotion in it. It's like you're going to be speaking your truth. The 8 of Pentacles is, see, there's the Queen of Swords. You're going to be matching her energy. You're going to be able to tell her what it is that she wants to, not wants to hear, but needs to hear. Because she'll be expecting it. And you come in at the same energy as that, then she can know she can trust you. Do you understand? She can know and feel that she can trust your words because you're now sitting in the King of Swords energy. You're putting great effort into it because you want to manifest something that you want. You want to manifest something you want. Yeah, so then the 8 of Swords is you being all up in your head about sharing what it is that you've been keeping secret to your family and to her, right? But the sun's come in to tell you that all is well. Like, all is well. Don't worry about it. You might be seeing things or assuming it to be a way that it's not. That you can put an end to your worries and you can transform your situation as a result. Like I said, you do all this work here right now that you're, so that you can dig deep and find the light, lighten your load, take the burdens off your back about the experiences that you've been having and about your way forward. If things don't change in you, chances are you'll meet another karmic soulmate instead of your true soulmate, which is this one. You'll be on a different path. Your paths won't meet. You need to do the work now. This is it. If you really want to be with this one, you have to be in the right energy. You see her as a Queen of Swords, so then you have to become a King of Swords energy. You have to sit in that. Okay? And then the family room, like I said, if it's worse than your thinking, 8 of Swords. It's worse. It's better than your thinking. You're going to realize that all is well with the sun, and you can put an end to your worry so that you can transform your situation, dissolve this whole, grief, sorrow, sadness, and burdens. Dissolve all your burdens and move forward with the expression of love. Because you've done the work, you're doing the work, and you're going to be able to express that you love this person to your family without fear. This is fear. You'll be able to do that. Do your work now. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? And then when you do express your care and love towards your Empress, right? Your Queen, the Queen of Cups I didn't pull out. You're going to be saying, you're hoping that she's not going to block you, right? She won't block you. She's intuiting, you're intuiting, she's intuiting each other. Because there's been a whole lot of betrayal. You're going to tell her that you realize through all of this that it's because you were blocking your emotions about how you really felt about someone else and you're with someone else, and that you just didn't want to see because things were kind of going haywire here. And you're having to wake up and take the blinders off to see that she's just demonstrating to you how you've behaved in the past. And so if you would like to stop that, you might, it depends on if you can change things around with this one so that the two of you come back together in a loving, more loyal and devoted way towards each other, because you both understand each other better now because of the same kind of behaviors, right? If you grow enough, if she's growing enough to do that, then that's fantastic. But if not, you got to leave that one and grow yourself so that you can move forward and be with someone that's more in that higher resonancy, because otherwise, like I said, you'll meet another karmic partner if you stay in a resonancy because you haven't grown from the folly of your ways and from your really unpleasant experiences with your long-term partner here. So it's because you come to realize that it's because you've been pushing your feelings down and not wanting to see and not wanting to do. You don't want to do anything. This is a person, 2 of Swords, sitting on the fence, not wanting to do anything, just hoping it's all kind of like heal itself. It could just get brushed under the rug, It'll just heal itself. So by the time I take my blinders off, everything will be fine. It'll be back to normal. Things will be fixed. And we can carry on, me and my long term. Well, intuitively, you knew different. But again, you didn't want to see. Intuitively, look at this. Oh, God, look at that evil. That's secrets, right? Intuitively, you weren't saying a word you didn't want to know, right? That's how all of that. But you knew that your gal over here, your Queen of Pentacles, your karmic, was cheating on you. She was being unfaithful in your marriage, okay? You come to wake up to that. So you do all of this here to dissolve that so that you can realize a life with your Empress, with great love. You know, the Ace of Cups. This is what you want. You're telling your family, and you might be telling her too, the Empress. You might even be telling the Queen of Pentacles. Depends. I don't know. But you are, your feelings are to be given to the Empress now. Expressed. Even if you don't do it with words or show up and give it to her. It's like you order a bouquet of flowers and you get it sent, delivered to her house or whatever. That kind of idea, right? But it doesn't have to be like that. But in any case, that's as long as I'm going to go. It's already 100 or an hour and some. And so I wish you nothing but the best. And it's Friday, so it's a weekend. Bye for now. We'll see you on Monday.